I've always thought that peace would be that thing that removed my anxiety, that would somehow alleviate my fears, that would calm me when I'm disturbed. But when you study the life of Jesus, you see that he is much more than that. Among other names, he is called the Prince of Peace. So let's talk about this Prince of Peace. It comes from the Hebrew expression Sar Shalom. The word Sar is an interesting word. It means chief or captain or general. It literally means prince, the one who is in charge. Jesus is the Sar of our peace. He is in charge of our peace. The Romans used to use this expression Sar in the word Caesar, right? C-A-E, Sar, and as in Julius. Julius was the Caesar of Rome. He was the captain. He was the prince. He was the one in charge of Rome. And Jesus is our Sar Shalom. He is the Prince of Peace. He is the captain of our peace. This word shalom, let's talk about that word. Shalom is a Hebrew expression. When two men would greet one another, they would say shalom to you. It literally means calm, tranquility, peace. It literally means the shelter of God. May it be over you. Jesus is our Sar Shalom. He is our shelter over us. He is our peace over us. He is the one who is the Prince of our peace. And as long as we are under his Sar, his leadership, we have peace. We have the shalom of God over us. Does this mean that you can do anything you want and still have the peace of God? Can a guy go out and get his girlfriend pregnant and come to church expecting to find the peace of God while there? No, he can't, because he's outside of the leadership, outside of the Sar of the one who gives shalom. Does this mean that Lynette and I can have a knockdown, drag-out fight and embarrass our kids and do it all wrong and still expect to have, peace in our home and in our life and in our marriage? No, absolutely not. Does this mean that somebody could live outside of God's will and be a slave to debt and overspend and overcharge everything to the max and still expect to have the peace of God in their life? Absolutely not. As long as we are under his leadership, we have the peace of God. And those of us who know this Prince of Peace understand that he gives a peace that is beyond most people's ability to understand. When life is going crazy, when it's chaotic, and when the winds are blowing and the storms are coming in, he's able to be our shalom. He's able to be our peace. He's able to be our shelter. The other thing I want you to understand about this Sar Shalom, this giver of peace, is that he can remove his peace from us. So why would he do this? Why would he remove his peace from us? He does this to get our attention so that we will recognize that it's only in him that we have peace. That when we get outside of his leadership, when we get outside of his will, we remove ourselves from his peace. And so he loves us way too much to let us get out from underneath his shelter. He loves us way too much to leave the Sar Shalom.